Spurs star Xavi Simons has stated, "I joined Spurs to win titles." The Athletic have just stated that Tottenham coach Matt Wells is set to leave Tottenham to become the new head coach of MLS side Colorado Rapids. The Daily Telegraph have stated that Crystal Palace have their eye on Brennan for a potential transfer in January. Spurs are now being linked with an RB Leipzig winger. Tottenham Hotspur's tie against Aston Villa in the FA Cup will take place on the 10th of January. And BBC Sport have just stated that the Lewis family are expected to make substantial funds available in the forthcoming transfer windows. Hi everyone, hope you're well. Chris Cowlin here. This is another episode of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Now let's get straight into it, and let's start by talking about this weekend's Premier League fixtures. 4 games will take place on Saturday. Chelsea against Everton, Liverpool will host Brighton, Burnley will take on Fulham, and Arsenal will take on Wolves in the late kickoff. On Sunday, 5 games will take place. Crystal Palace against Manchester City, Forest against Spurs, Sunderland will take on Newcastle, West Ham against Aston Villa, and Brentford will take on Leeds. And to end match week 16, Monday Night Football on the 15th of December, Manchester United will host Bournemouth. Now, going into match week 16, Tottenham Hotspur are currently 11th in the table, played 15, won 6, drawn 4, lost 5. We have scored 25 goals. We have conceded 18. We have a goal difference of +7. We have 22 points. Now, Forest against Tottenham on Sunday in the Premier League at the City Ground, 2 p.m. kickoff. 88 previous meetings. Nottingham Forest have won 26, Spurs have won 46, and 16 of those games have finished as a draw. Now, having lost 6 consecutive Premier League games against Spurs between 1998 and 2024, Nottingham Forest did the league double against Spurs last season. Tottenham haven't won any of their 5 Premier League away games when conceding against Nottingham Forest, drawing 1 and losing 4, with all 3 of their victories at the City Ground being to 0. Only bottom side Wolves, 9, have failed to score in more different Premier League games than Nottingham Forest this season. 8, however, when they do manage to find the net, Forest are unbeaten in their last 11 league games, winning 6 and drawing 5 since a 2-1 defeat to Aston Villa in April. Following their 2-0 win against Brentford last time out, Spurs are looking to win consecutive league games for the first time since August, when they beat Burnley and Manchester City in their opening 2 games. Only Crystal Palace have won more Premier League away games, 5, and points 16 than Tottenham this season, 4 wins, 14 points, while Spurs are also the only side to have scored in all of their games on the road so far this term. Tottenham have the largest difference between goals scored, and that's 25, and expected goals 15 in the Premier League this season, netting around 10 goals more than their XG suggests. Nottingham Forest manager Sean Dyche has won just 2 of his 17 Premier League games against Tottenham, drawing 5 and losing 10, with both of those victories coming with Burnley, 2-1 in Feb 2019 and 1-0 in Feb 2022. Ahead of the Nottingham Forest away game on Sunday, Thomas Frank in his press conference provided the team news and also answered the question again on when Dominic Solanke will be back in training. He said everyone who was available for the Prague game is available for the Forest game. I guess it is good news about Dominic Solanke posting on social media. He picked up the injury in July and it is dragged on for a while. When he is back in training fully, I will say something. I'm happy to answer all of these questions, but just a little bored of them. Brennan Johnson is only a minor thing, and hopefully he will be back for the Forest game. Forest boss Sean Dyche has been talking about facing Tottenham on Sunday afternoon at the City Ground. He said their home form has been heavily questioned, but their away form hasn't, because they've been pretty strong. They have got some really good individual players, and Thomas Frank is a wily fox in the Premier League now after years at Brentford. A new challenge for him and a new challenge for me. Different circumstances, I think. I've read a lot about their players that they've brought in. They have spent hell of a lot of money, so it is a big challenge. I think we're in a good shape, and we are at the City Ground, and that is a big factor. We take this game on gladly, and I want us to perform. Anything I think of Thomas Frank as a bloke goes out of the window for those 90 odd minutes, and he knows that. Now, it's just been announced that we have been drawn away to Real Betis in the UEFA Youth League round of 32. The draw for the first of the tournament's knockout stages took place this afternoon on Friday the 12th of December and handed our youngsters a trip to the La Liga outfit in the new year. Ties are scheduled to be played on the 3rd or 4th of Feb 2026, with exact details to be confirmed in due course. We finished 9th in the league stage of the under-19 competition, while our opponents came through the domestic champions pathway to reach the round of 32. Now, Xavi Simons has been talking to Wayne Rooney on the Wayne Rooney Show. He has spoken out about why Spurs are the right club for him. He said the project that is coming up, I think, is quite exciting. We have a lot of good young players in the squad, and I want to win titles. I want to compete for everything, and I think this was the right decision for me. Xavi Simons on life in England so far, he said, I've moved several times and every time has been really good. And now for the first time, it is a little bit challenging for me, but I would say I am enjoying this. Obviously, I want to perform and I need to be able to deal with this situation. On the day that everything comes good, then I can remember, okay, this is the challenge you had, and embrace it. Now, BBC Sport have reported that the new ownership structure at Tottenham, led by Joe Lewis's family, is expected to make substantial funds available in the forthcoming transfer windows as they look to spark a sustained spell of success on the pitch. Now, it has just been announced that Tottenham's FA Cup third round tie against Aston Villa will take place on Saturday, the 10th of January. The kickoff time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium will be 5:45 p.m. Sky Germany have just reported that Tottenham Hotspur have RB Leipzig winger Yan Diomande in their sights alongside Premier League rivals Manchester City, Chelsea and Liverpool. There are currently no concrete advanced talks with any club, but an exit after the World Cup in 2026 in the USA is possible. The Daily Telegraph just reported, alongside many other media outlets, the national press on Friday, that Tottenham Hotspur winger Brennan Johnson is on the list of potential January transfers for Crystal Palace. The Athletic have just reported that Tottenham coach Matt Wells is set to become the new head coach of MLS side Colorado Rapids. The Sun newspaper on this story, they are stating that talks are still ongoing between Wells and the club. And ESPN have just stated that it is likely that Matt Wells will leave England for the USA to talk to the club and finalise the deal after the Nottingham Forest v Tottenham game on Sunday afternoon. So, as well as the men's first team being in action on Sunday afternoon, the Spurs women are also in action. They will be playing Manchester United away in the WSL. Now, if Spurs win this game against Manchester United, they would have recorded the best ever start to a WSL season. Now, on Friday afternoon, I spoke to Spurs women boss Martin Ho. I told him that exact fact, and I also asked him about the League Cup tie, which of course Spurs women will play against Manchester United the following Sunday, about the priority. Does he prioritise one game over another? And I also asked Martin Ho about the Spurs men going to Australia for a pre-season tour in July and August, and would he like the Spurs women to also have that opportunity? This is what he had to say.
Yeah, thanks for the pressure, Chris. I appreciate that. I know you'll always bring that. But no, I think, I know all I focus on is what we can do for the playing group, how we can evolve and develop them, and the way we can we can be better every week as a group, every training session, every game. And we've had a good start now. And I just want to make sure that we can continue to evolve as a club. And I don't really look at anything for myself individually. It's more about the playing group and the staff that I have around me that enable me to do my job well. So if we can pick up those points, and that is another kind of thing written in the books, then brilliant. But all our intentions is to go into that game and be competitive and make sure that we can come out on top within the game.
Can you prioritise one over the other, or do both games have equal importance?
No, they both have equal importance. I won't rest anyone for any game. I won't rotate for the sake of rotating, as I've said before. Every game I go into, I want to win. The playing group want to win, the staff want to win, and this club at Tottenham want to win as many games as possible. So my job is to put the team out that's going to win the game and is going to be the most competitive to start the game. I know that's not the team that usually finishes the game, because you have to use the game changers to do that. And we will do it in this game at the same time. But I won't go about resting anyone. I want to make sure that we show all the respect to Man United in both games, but we also just focus on what we need to control, and that's our performance. Yeah, of course. I think we'll see what comes up with the club, and obviously that's for people away from me commercially and leadership to make those decisions. But yeah, I wouldn't mind a trip to Australia if that comes about. Who wouldn't? Probably the fans, you as journalists, are probably like that too. So if those things we can do as a collective, as both teams, senior teams, men's and women, and it works for the club from a commercial perspective and a marketing perspective, then brilliant. And we will see what happens. But until now I haven't heard anything different. But we'll work towards those plans hopefully in the near future.
So it's 3rd v 5th in the WSL. Manchester United have played 10. They have won 6, drawn 2 and lost 2. They have 20 points. Spurs have played 10, won 6, drawn 1, lost 3 and they have 19 points. Now, as I mentioned, Sunday kickoff, 2:30pm, and it is live on BBC Two and live also on BBC iPlayer. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode. Let's start by talking about the report from the BBC, and they are stating that the new ownership structure, of course led by the Lewis family, is expected to make substantial funds available in the forthcoming transfer windows. That is music to the ears of all of us Spurs fans. This is exactly what we want to hear, and we want to see a real dramatic difference in transfer windows, i.e. probably spending more money to get better players in. Of course, the wage structure, that needs to change, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people will agree. And, get things done early as well. So spending money, wage structure, and it is about timing. It is about bringing in players early to help the manager, move this club forward, and having that real depth in the squad as well. We have heard a few times now, we want to be fighting on all fronts. Daniel Levy said it before he left. We have heard many times, sources close to the Lewis family, they want success on the pitch, and so do us fans. When we won that Europa League in May, that feeling was so good. You just want to bottle it up, and you want to feel like that all the time. And let's hope that it is not, long before we are seeing more success on the pitch. And more trophy parades down that high road, because that was unbelievable, sensational. What a night in Bilbao, and what a day it was at that parade a couple of days later outside the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So, of course, that is exactly what we want. And Xavi Simons has come out and said that he joined Spurs because he wants to win titles. We have heard a number of players say this now. They're joining Spurs because we want to win titles. That is exactly what we want to do. And that is music to the ears of us fans, absolutely. And talking about trophies, Tottenham's 3rd round tie against Villa will take place at 5:45 on Saturday evening of the 10th of January. Let's hope that we can go far in that competition, because, when you think about the FA Cup, Spurs won it in 1991, a record 8th time at the time. And we haven't won it since 1991. That is unbelievable. Far too long. So Spurs have got to, go seriously in these domestic cups. Now, an interesting one, Matt Wells is set to become the new head coach of MLS side Colorado Rapids. Talks are ongoing, and we're also hearing and seeing reports that he could even leave from Nottingham. after the Nottingham Forest game. This will be a big blow to Spurs boss Thomas Frank, because Matt Wells, of course, has been a coach under Ange Postecoglou, a coach now under Thomas Frank, and I think that will be a huge miss and a huge loss for Tottenham. So let's watch this space. But of course, if he does leave the football club, we wish him all of the very best. But again, Spurs need to act quickly and replace him if he is going out the door. Now, many congratulations to Wayne Burnett and the under-19s. They are through to the round of 32 in the UEFA Youth League. Let's hope that we can go far in that competition. Of course, we have got many exciting young players in that squad, and I'm sure that we will go far in this competition, because I tell you what, 9-1 Slavia Prague under-19 game on Tuesday. What a game that was. The likes of Williams Barnett scoring 5, and Thompson getting a hat-trick as well. Rosewell on the score sheet yet again. I think he's got 4 in 6 in that competition as a defender as well. So incredible. So, you know, we've got a lot of young, really, really decent players. So I expect Spurs to actually go far in this competition. And Wayne Burnett, as the under-21 manager, but of course he's managing the under-19s in this competition, has done a fantastic job in these past few years. And we've won trophies, you know, with these young players as well. So, you know, fantastic news. Now, the Daily Telegraph and lots of other reports are stating that Spurs winger Brennan Johnson is on Crystal Palace's list of potential January transfers. I suppose this is one to watch, but when you look at the game time that he has had or not had under Thomas Frank, you know, should we be surprised? Let's wait and see on this one. If we expect players to come in the door, I've no doubt that we should expect players to go out the door as well. But will it happen in January? I would be surprised. Would it happen in the summer? That is more realistic. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and well. Keep smiling. Come on, you Spurs.